Hello, everyone. It looks like we're live here. So this is the 53rd Sunday live stream. At least since I've been numbering them. More before that, but so I'm going to play a little bit and talk about some things we've been working on. And I'm going to take some questions. So I welcome your questions and I offer some quick tips based on my experience with learning guitar and all that. So I'm streaming live here on YouTube and on the podcast. And that is Podbean. You can check that out there, and then I will make that available for replay a little bit later. So a tune I've been checking out with folks on the member area on YouTube, which is kind of like a guitar school improvisation. So we took a look at a couple solos, one by Kurt Rosenwinkel and one by Laj Lund. And we're kind of picking a tune per week. So this week it's been How Deep is the Ocean? And so, a few just kind of thematic things that we found with Kurt Rosenwinkel was a lot of use of triads and triad pairs. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about that as a concept here. So one of the kind of maybe first things you might think about. So if we're taking this tune, How Deep is the Ocean? If you're thinking in the key of 3 flats, just kind of simply thinking in that key, you can come up with a bunch of triads basically. So C minor, E flat, G minor, and so on. So you can come up with 7 different triads, right? And then you might think about tonal centers outside of that too. So you might use A flat major, and then, or not even outside that. So this would be kind of inside our tonal center. So we have A flat major and B flat major. So that gives you one area where things typically might lay out. So there you get into pairs of triads, but kind of back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier, which is thinking about lower structure triads. So for example, a few of those that I talked about, and then upper structure triad. So if you have the key of 3 flats, you might have a diminished, D diminished triad, or maybe use a different tonal center there, D minor, triad, so you get the A natural there. And those things are good to use just for general awareness of consonants and dissonances. But we can also use these triads to create certain aural effects. So the A flat is going to be a little bit out. We have two inside notes, and then we have one pretty dissonant tone. If we listen to that, really dissonant sound. And then if we have the let's see, the B flat major triad, then we have a few outside tones. So notice that these two tones were kind of inside for this C minor sound, and then in contrast, these are a little bit more outside. So you get the 11 and 9 of the C minor, and then the last one is a chord tone. So they're kind of in direct contrast to one another. One thing that's kind of cool about triads is having three notes is that you're going to get this using an odd number of notes, get this little kind of off kilter, maybe kind of sound, if you will. And that can kind of be a nice effect. One thing I think that, if I recall correctly, Kurt Rosenwinkel was, and I don't know exactly his perspective on all this either, but let's say you take, this is sort of my take on some of the lines that he was doing. Let's say you take this triad and you have another note on it, so you get like an A flat 6. So you might still think about the triad, but maybe have another tone. So you might have something like that where you have this kind of triad, but one tone outside of it. So maybe you're thinking, A flat 6. I don't know, or maybe one could be thinking that. But anyway, so having 4 notes that can help get things segmented, so they don't kind of reverse themselves with odd numbers. Another thing you can do is to just play one of the notes an octave lower. So like an A flat major triad, play like that. Okay. So we can play in that way. And then we could also maybe play one tone, one of the same tones just 2 times. So that's another thing. Do something like that. So there are just a few, just kind of ideas. You can also might play an E flat major triad on that C minor as well. So you can do all this with any triad, but the major triads, they sound very stable. They sound very clear and distinct and recognizable. So it's nice to use those in particular. But there's a concept out there. Let's see if I can look this up so give the right credit to it. So saxophone player George Garzone and really incredible player, from what I understand, incredibly devoted. to the practice. So, excuse me, he's got this triadic chromatic approach, and I think he's got a whole book CD set or all this on it. So, kind of a cool concept. I've talked about it a little bit on the channel here and there over the years, but that's kind of tying in a little bit into getting maybe outside sort of sounds. So you kind of, in a sense, sort of randomize the triads, and to take an augmented triad, maybe any of the four, and then just kind of maybe move a half step or whole step, or move to a new location, and then try a different type of triad. So maybe then do a major triad, maybe do a diminished triad, and then maybe a minor triad, and then you can kind of randomize the inversions. And if you're practicing and interested in that, check him out and check out his books. And there are, I think, quite a few YouTube videos of him talking about it. It looks like there's even more since the last time I've looked. So it's really cool. It's a really neat way to think about things. If I remember right, listening to him talking about it, he founded his own teaching. I think he teaches at Berkeley, but in his own private teaching and all that, finding young folks with just a ton of knowledge and a ton of skill, try to give them something to challenge them. I think that was kind of part of it too. But I think he's also studied a lot of Coltrane. It kind of ties into that whole thing too. So we've been talking a bit about this tune. How deep is the ocean? It's a really fun one to play. One recording that really like. Find it. But while I'm trying to find that, I'll just mention that you can find a lot of recordings of this tune, and let me see if I can quick search on all this. So check out Ben Webster. See, I've got just doing a quick search on YouTube. Charlie Parker with J.J. Johnson. Chick Corea. Kurt Rosenwinkel, I mentioned. Coleman Hawkins. So, a ton of folks out there. Trying to think of this Barry saxophone recording that I was listening to, which I had a really kind of nice classic lines kind of sprinkled in there. Oh, hi, John. Thanks for the ride again. Yep. How deep is the ocean? Irving Berlin. I really like this B section here. So it's a fun tune to improvise on, and it has like kind of that B section. It kind of gives you an opportunity to play, sit on those dominant seventh chords a little bit. It's fun, kind of fun to do that as well as play through changes. I'm glad you made it, John. Welcome. So I'm in the lesson studio today. Since we're talking a little bit about triads, another thing I think I've talked about it before, but kind of fun to do too is take a triad on two strings. Oh, great to hear it. John says this is one of his favorite tunes. Yeah, it's awesome. So the triads, you might kind of, let's say, pick a note. Let's say you're doing A flat major triad. Pick like C here, kind of sitting in the middle between the root note and the fifth, and just kind of start with that note, play this note, and then this, and then back again. So you can do all sorts of picking things with it and slurring things. So you can maybe pluck, pull off, maybe tap. Any combination of anything you could pluck, tap, So a lot of different things you can kind of do and just run that around a little bit. So once you get that kind of maybe initial spot wherever you want to do it, maybe try to run it around kind of chromatically. And then another thing you can do is try to make it minor. So A flat minor or G sharp minor here. So we're just moving this finger down to fret 4 on string 3, and everything else is kind of the same. And then you can do different picking, tapping, hammer-ons, pull-offs, all sorts of things with it. So then you kind of move it around. Or you could pick them all. So that's another spot to maybe play or work out some of these inversions. And then you might try flatting the 5 from there, right? So then you might change your fingers around a little bit. So you have this one here on string 3, 4, and then this tone down here, string 4, fret 6, string 3, fret 7. You can do that whole thing too with that diminished. And then you might, of course, do kind of go back to the major triad, maybe do augmented. So and then you could start shifting in different and unexpected ways, just to kind of do something fun, I guess. And then try different string combinations. Now this is going to mainly work on the low 4 strings. You have to change your shape a little bit between strings 2 and 3, but you could do the same shapes on strings 1 and 2. So. And then you might just try mixing them up a little bit. Of course, try them kind of slow at first. And then see if you could maybe mix them in the context of a line there. Do a run. Just kind of move them around, have fun with them, do other things, mix in other little kind of opportunities to do some things. So you can kind of slow it down there a little bit too. So, um, so it's fun to play this tune, and as a kind of slow thing. And so thanks, John. Thanks, Amanda. Right again. A really great tune, really classic. So I would encourage you to, if you haven't already, to check out a bunch of recordings and listen to some things. Um, all right, so a couple of things I'm gonna planning to do. I'm working on a new to me um, a Baden Powell uh, piece or arrangement. So just started working on it a little bit the last couple of days. Probably gonna really butcher the name with my English here, but Bersius Jassara. It's really pretty, really cool, flows really nicely. So if you get a chance to check that out, I'm thinking I might even do some little shorts on it, maybe play some sections of it. I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing with the shorts. The only thing I know is I really want to do them. One of the kind of challenges with those shorts is that they're so short. So I'm trying to figure out if I do a little mini lesson on it. I did one that I didn't release. Maybe I will, or just redo it. I thought I'd do a little mini lesson on like doing like a 2-5-1, where you do like maybe this would work well for How Deep Is the Ocean, like a 2, and then move to like a fully diminished, so do like half diminished, and move your root note up, like a minor third, and you get a nice resolution. So you take a half diminished chord, move the root up 3 frets, and then do a fully diminished chord, and then maybe resolve it on the C minor. So I was doing a little test short video on that. So I might do some little things like that, or just playing. So as far as doing so I did a improv on that Charlie Parker tune, Confirmation, and that was pretty fun, pretty cool. But fitting something into like 1 minute and being able to do that, a variety of tunes and doing at least one chorus, it's kind of hard to time that out within 1 minute. Or so I was thinking maybe I'll just do like sections of tunes and see. So John says he likes the shorts. Cool. Call for good production time. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so got the shorts ideas. So that's one thing I was thinking about doing a little like mini lessons on it. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about that. Now you could also do that with any of the inversions of the D minor 7 flat 5. So you can do something like that, and then go up. It makes for a really nice resolution. So you basically want to take the root up. There we go. So it makes for a nice resolution. John says some are better than others. John, do you know of what channels are putting out good shorts? Do you anybody I should check out? I think I need to look at some examples of what folks are doing out there. So you take you take these inversions and then they get a nice resolution. So as long as you kind of go up, the right amount to take the root of minor third, then you get this nice kind of sound. You could do the same thing, just staying on it, just kind of changing the half diminished to the fully diminished. You can also do that. That's another option there. It's a sort of a tough chord to play there. Minor chord, but you can play an inversion of it. Beato Tomo. Yeah, I'm familiar with Beato Tomo. I'll have to check. I'm gonna write that down. See what they're up to. Yeah, I watched the Beato one. It was pretty nicely produced. Pretty cool. So I'll check out Tomo too. So I wonder, I guess you do the video if you're doing more of a produced kind of thing, you do the video put it on your phone and then do the get it uploaded, I guess. Or maybe I thought there were some edits, but in the one I saw from Beata, but I could be wrong. I have to go back and check it out. I mean, I guess the editing would be really great because then you can really take full advantage of that minute. Everybody, so I'm going to hang out here for another 5 minutes or so, and everybody's having a great day. Practice sessions. Sometimes they edit, sometimes not. Okay, it's good to know. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do a few different styles and things. Thanks for checking this out, everybody. So I released the But Beautiful chord shape idea. So hopefully some folks got a chance to check that out. Not sure what tune I'm gonna do next. Maybe I'll do a video on this tune. I've been also taking another look at Inori by Pat Metheny. So I'd like to do a recording on that. I think I played that one live a year or so ago, a few years ago. I might not have that published any longer, but I'd like to do that one as a regular kind of lesson video. So just there, I'm just exploring some more kind of outside sounds, and also playing changes at different times. Sometimes maybe playing changes a little bit ahead, and then kind of shifting back. There's another little thing I'm working towards, and on the channel, it's a little easier to demonstrate that with a backing track. So I'm working on bringing that back into things, and so I'm kind of got a little bit of a simple setup. I'm troubleshooting and testing out with just kind of a phone and iReal Pro and a little microphone, and I'm trying to see if I can use that to demonstrate some of those kinds of concepts and stuff like that. So with a little backing track, which I used to do a bit of, but trying to kind of simplify the process because there's some kind of complexities involved with the way I was doing it. So I'm trying to rethink all that and bring things into that. So everybody, thanks so much for checking out this live stream. Really appreciate it. So I hope everybody has a great day, great practice session. Let me know, even if you watch this replay, please leave me a comment and let me know what tunes you're working on or what things you're interested in. See what I can do as far as videos and live streams, etc., to give my take on it. So appreciate you following the channel and checking out this live stream. All right, everybody. Well, I'll see you all in the next one.